What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and I stumbled across something really weird this morning. In fact, I probably shouldn't have stumbled across this because it looks really suspect to me personally. But I am going to do my best to keep my personal opinions out of this video because believe me, I have a lot of opinions about this topic. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to provide you all with this information that I found, and I'm going to let you all form your own conclusions. Now, chances are, if you're watching this video and you follow the type of topics that I talk about sometimes, then you know about Freemasons, you know about the Illuminati, you've heard about them 1,000 times. Well, what if I were to tell you that there is a very active Freemason community, if you will, within East Palestine, Ohio? What if I told you that this Freemason Lodge in East Palestine, Ohio is actually very popular? How would that make you all feel? Would you think there's something weird there, or would you say, hey, it's just a Freemason Lodge? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not here to say all Freemasons are evil. That's not the point of this video, and that's not what I'm trying to say. In fact, in my lifetime, I've stumbled across Freemason lodges that seemed like, hey, they were kind of chill. It just looks like a bunch of old people chilling, eating hamburgers, looking for an excuse to leave the wife at home so they can go chill with the guys, crack open a few cold ones, and talk about sports. That's what some Freemason lodges look like from the outside looking in. And then I've run across some that were very secretive indeed. Well, I was looking into East Palestine this morning and I found this East Palestine Masonic Lodge, and I started looking through their social media accounts. Now, there was a lot of talk about rituals. Ritual this, ritual that. And listen, one thing that I've learned about Freemasons is that they're not just masters at carpentry and things of that nature. They're also masters at manipulation and masters at gaslighting. So oftentimes they'll present things to you and act as if they're normal, act as if there's nothing to see here, when in reality, there's some weird stuff going on behind the scenes. You know, a lot of these secret societies, they're secret for a reason. Because if their secrets were exposed, then, most people probably wouldn't be comfortable with it. So, knowing what happened in East Palestine, Ohio, and seeing that, it just so happens this little town has an extremely active Freemason community. And seeing them openly talk about, hey, come in tonight for a ritual. Ritual this. Hey, there's a ritual tomorrow night. Bring your friends. It's kind of weird to me. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to demonize Freemasons. I understand there's good people and there's bad people and everything. But we're not going to sit here and deny that Freemasons haven't had their hand in a lot of the creepy, weird, shady, evil stuff that has happened in our society, because they have. Freemasons have had their hand in the cookie jar every single time. You know what I mean? It's like all the time. Throughout history, Freemasons have had their hand in some very shady stuff. Now, some people will say, Freemasons all about showing you how to be a man and be a better man. Listen, I don't get down with the group thing. I don't need a group of 60-year-old men crowding around me, on a checkered floor performing rituals to make me a man. I'm good on all of that nonsense. So even Freemasonry, at its most watered down version, it's still not something that I really jive with at all. But, other people do. And if that's your thing, fine. I'm not here to demonize Freemasonry. But as I'm looking through these posts, and I'm seeing all of this stuff, that, all of this symbolism, this occult symbology all over this Twitter account, I see one picture and I'm like, wait, that guy looks familiar, right? Look at this picture. Does anyone in this picture look familiar to you? So I'm looking closer and I'm like, wait, that is the mayor of East Palestine, Ohio. Well, what do you know? Look at this photo. Look right here. That is the mayor of East Palestine, Ohio. So the mayor of East Palestine, Ohio is part of this Freemason group? Things are starting to make sense to me a little more now. Or at least, listen, like I said, I'm going to try to keep my personal opinions out of this. But the fact is, this photo's real. The mayor of East Palestine, Ohio is in this photo. But what's even weirder to me is this. Maybe you all could find something. As of yet, I came across this information and I sat down to make the video. But I'm combing through pictures of this Freemason lodge. And I cannot find a single photo of the mayor in any of these pictures until after the train derailment. These Freemasons out in East Palestine, Ohio, they're posting photos all the time. Group photos. Everyone get in. Let's put our little suits on and take a photo. Photo this, photo that. There's photos everywhere of these people. The mayor of East Palestine, Ohio doesn't show up in any of these photos until after the train derailment. And it just so happens that, give or take, about a month or so after the train derailment, they have a ritual or something where they're welcoming in new Freemasons while also promoting others. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. And I mean, all the telltale signs are there. Look at the checkered board floors. Checkered board floors are one of the oldest occult symbols, if you will. They're one of the oldest symbols that you could tie to Freemasonry. Now, there's various different explanations as to what these checkered board floors mean. And I think throughout time, their meaning has evolved and changed a little bit, or at least what we're told has evolved and changed. Now, some people think that these checkered floors are a symbol for the duality of human life. Good, evil, light, darkness, ignorance, and enlightenment. That's what a lot of people seem to think that these checkered floors mean. That's what they symbolize. The duality of life. And the many dualities of life. But also through various things that I've looked into, I also think that these checkered board floors are used as like a symbology about the connection to the spiritual realm, if you will. Because when you talk about good and you talk about evil, that goes hand in hand with spirituality. Now, when you see these Freemasons and you see their checkered board floors, you're like, okay, maybe this is their way of connecting closer to God. Or, we're talking about duality here. What's the exact opposite of God? Satan. So when looking at these checkered board floors, if you say that they represent God, you must also acknowledge that they represent Satan. Because when you boil it down, this was supposed to be symbolizing the duality of human life. The duality of good, evil, ignorance, enlightenment, God, the devil. One can't even talk about Freemasonry without bringing up religion. It's tied heavily into religion. There's no denying that, right? We all know that. But why have these checkered board floors grown so popular? I mean, you can go look at movies, TV shows, music videos, you name it. This symbology is often used. The Kardashians like to use it all the time. the checkered board floors. So what are these rituals that they're doing on these checkered board floors? Are they really connecting with God, or are they connecting with something else, with other powers? That's a question that I think a lot of people have. But like I said earlier in this video, these Freemasons, they're often master manipulators. They're master gaslighters. So when you bring up conversations like the one we're having right now, they gaslight you into thinking, no, everything is good. Everything's normal. This is normal. It's normal that all of us middle-aged men gather together. We dress in these weird suits. We shut out the outside world. And we have these secret rituals on these checkered board floors. This is totally normal. Nothing to see here. Not normal to me. Not normal to me at all. But this is just a little bit of information I stumbled across today. Something that I've looked into for a little bit now. And like I said, it's odd. It's very odd to me. I mean, of course, Freemason lodges exist. But seeing the things they're posting on social media, knowing that this is in East Palestine, Ohio, we already got a lot of weird stuff happening in East Palestine, Ohio. Okay, there's no denying that. From the movie, think about it. The movie that was shot in East Palestine, Ohio, showing a train derailment, using the citizens as extras. Then, months later, this situation that they acted out in the movie happens in real life. We got this medical experiment that they rolled out in East Palestine, Ohio to track people's health, this digital ID program. We got planes falling out the sky that were carrying people who actually tested the air and water in East Palestine, Ohio. A lot of weird stuff, and this is just the latest example of that. But the main reason it sticks out to me is because I'm combing through these photos, and I don't find any photos of the mayor at all with any of these Freemasons. I'm constantly seeing posts about ritual nights coming. Oh, prepare your brothers for ritual night. And it's like, wait. And then ritual night comes, and it just so happens the brotherly ritual night, the mayor's there. The mayor, who I guess didn't have any interest in being at the Freemason Lodge before the train derailment. I guess the Freemason Lodge didn't have any interest in him. He's in no photos that I can find, but suddenly, after the train derailment, he's welcomed in. He's welcomed in to this Freemason Lodge with open arms. Really weird. Really weird, but like I said, maybe there's nothing to it. I have a lot of opinions about this, and I am biting my tongue as hard as possible. I'm surprised blood isn't shooting out my mouth right now. I am biting my tongue, okay? Because I want you all to form your own opinions about this. I'm not here to tell you that this means anything. I'm just here to tell you that this is a fact. It's all here. You can go look it up yourself. But for now, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. And I'll talk to you all in the next video.